Street Fighter VI is an upcoming fighting game developed by Capcom. The game is set to release on June 2, 2023 for PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X. The release date was announced during the Game Awards 2022. The game will feature new characters and gameplay mechanics. A new showcase for the game was announced on April 20th, 2023.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Showtime, baby!
Prepare. Fight with all your heart!
An honor, to be sure.
Where are you going? Let us begin! No! One more!
Meaningless effort!
Six Days in Fallujah is a first-person tactical military shooter game that recreates true stories of Marines, soldiers, and Iraqi civilians during the Second Battle of Fallujah. The game was initially cancelled but was later revived and is set to release in 2023. The game uses gameplay to recount history and recreate true stories from the battle. The game is developed by Victura and Highwire Games and features real-life scenarios. The first ever gameplay video of 6 Days in Fallujah was revealed by IGN.
Clear, right?
Clear left.
LEGO 2K Drive is an upcoming LEGO-based racing game developed by Visual Concepts and published by 2K. The game is set to release on May 19, 2023, for Windows PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. In LEGO 2K Drive, players can explore an open world and race across riveting racetracks, off-road terrain, and open waters with their transforming vehicles. Vigilance 2099 is a third-person open-world cyberpunk bounty hunting game where players step into the shoes of a vigilancer. The game is set in an isolated mega building and allows players to customize their look, cybernetics, and weapons. 123. The game can be observed from both third-person and first-person perspectives. Vigilance 2099 is available on PlayStation 5 and PC. Baldur's Gate 3 will be released on PlayStation 5 on August 31st, 2023. The game is developed and published by Larian Studios and is the third main game in the Baldur's Gate series, which is based on the Dungeons & Dragons tabletop role-playing system. The game features both single-player and multiplayer modes.
You have something he doesn't. Allies worth having.
Together,
We will strike down the Absolute.
Fort Solis does not have a specific release date yet, but the development team is aiming for a 2023 release PC. The game was announced during Summer Game Fest 2022. Fort Solis is a horror game that is expected to be released on PlayStation 5 and PC. The game is still early in its development, and there is no information available on whether it will be released on other platforms in the future. Lords of the Fallen is an action role-playing video game developed by Deck 13 and CI Games. The game was released in October 2014 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The game is set in a vast world and features fast Souls-like combat and epic boss fights. The game is confirmed to be released on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. The game is expected to be released in 2023. There is no information available on the release date of Lo-Fi for PS5 in 2023. The game is currently in development, and there is no information available on its release date or the platforms it will be available on. Neo Berlin 2087 is confirmed to be released on PlayStation 5 in 2024. However, there is no specific release date available yet. The game is currently in development, and there is no information available on its release date or the platforms it will be available on. The game is also planned to be released on Xbox Series X and PC. The Steam store page mentions a planned release date of 2024, but there are no specific details about the exact date or month of release. Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden is an upcoming action RPG developed by Don't Nod and published by Focus Entertainment. The game is set to be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC in late 2023. The game is set in 1695 in the haunted wilds of North America and follows the story of Antia Duarte and Red Mac Wraith, a romantically involved pair of ghost hunters who vowed to protect the living from the threat of lingering ghosts and specters. The game is expected to incorporate a lot of Don't Nod's narrative strengths with a story focused around two lovers. The game will also feature challenging decisions for the player to make. The exact release date of Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden is not yet known, but it is expected to be released sometime in 2023.
So what? You track and kill him? Is that it?
We banish them.
good hunt, then. It takes a brave man to walk these wilds alone.
Atlas Fallen is a fantasy action role-playing game that is set to be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. The game is developed by Deck 13 and published by Focus Entertainment. The game was initially set to be released on May 16, 2023, but the release date has been pushed back to August 10, 2023.